what's a product-based ad? Why would you want to do it? And how does that work? So a product-based ad is an ad that specifically shows up on products that you've specified. So why would you want to do that? So one particular reason that you might want to do that is if you know there's other books that talk about the same thing that you talk about, or very similar, or speak to your audience, and you know your audience is definitely reading this book, then you would want to do a product-based ad and choose those books to have your book displayed at when somebody's looking at those books. So anytime somebody does a search for those books, or they're on the product page for those books, your book is going to show up there. And so you have a chance to get them to buy your book as well. And if that happens enough times, that when they buy this book, they also bought your book, you can build up the organic traffic by appearing in the people also bought section of that page. And I'll show you that. But that's a great way. If you, once you get into that, people also bought this book, or, people bought these 3 books together, and, you get your book into those categories, then you're just getting a lot of organic traffic that you're not paying for anymore. And you can even stop the ad at that point. You probably wouldn't want to. But the point is that you will have created organic traffic now because of those associations. And so that's why you might want to do an ad like this based on just advertising to specific products. So let's take a look at how to do that. So we're going to go back here. Okay, so we're back here. Again, we're going to create campaign. We're going to just step through it just like we did for a category type ad. So create campaign, the sponsored products, standard ad, or custom text ad, that's up to you. You can put in an ad name. So I'm just going to put in product. Select the book that you want to advertise. So let's just do healthy eating again, just for so. And manual targeting, product targeting. But now instead of categories, we're going to do individual products. And once again, Amazon is going to give you a whole list of what it thinks would be a relevant product. And sometimes either good suggestions and sometimes they're not. But you can certainly take a look through here, and, if what makes sense to you, can certainly say, I'm not going to bother advertising to our own books because those people are likely to buy it anyways. But yeah, this one certainly, finding your mom, more than a mom, maybe not. That's a little like no direct relation, other than it would be women buying it, and women buy our books too. So Maker's Diet, absolutely. That's, very extremely relevant. Cognitive behavioral workbook for weight loss. So it's a much more scientific approach, probably not going to be interested in a Christian approach. Made to Crave, sure, absolutely. Lost it here. Grace is enough. So, what I'm doing here is just looking at other similar books that, would make sense for me to advertise with. But what I would suggest is, rather than relying on this, is do your research first. So go onto Amazon and search for other books like yours, and what are the best-selling books. And so let's just do that as an example. So let's go onto Amazon here. And let's look at healthy eating and Christian, and just see what comes up. There's our book. I'm so proud we're #1 and #2. And this is my good friend Susan Neal's books, and she does an awesome job, and she's well placed here. So let's say we want to put an ad here. So I'm going to look at these books now. So I'm looking at a couple of things. One, I want to see how it's selling. And so the easiest way to do that is to look at the best seller ranks. So if you just scroll down to product details right here and look at the bestseller rank, this is going to show you give you an idea how many books this are selling of this particular book. So, and this is fine. Anything that's like, I would say under 500,000, so 400 something thousand or better, is worthwhile to advertise with, because anything in that range is selling books regularly. Like every week they're selling books. But if you want to see, you can actually just copy this, just copy the number here, and you can just Google Kindle rank calculator. And we've looked at this before, and then you can just drop it in here. Something like this, something around there. Yeah. And it was click. No, it's not gonna. Less than a book a day. Okay, yeah. So there's the answer. Less than a book a day, but I can tell you that it's selling probably about 5 a week. So, it's worthwhile. But let's say we want something better than that. That's not good enough. So let's check at her other book, and you can see this is actually a sponsored ad. So let's see how her other book is doing. We're going to scroll down again to product details. And here we go. This one's 12,000. So let's put that in here. No, it's just not pasting in here. I think it was 12,100. And click 14 books a day. So that's definite one. So we're going to say, yes, we want to advertise. When anybody's looking at this book, they're going to see our book. Now, when you want to do this, you need to grab the ASIN. So where do you find the ASIN? You will find it up here in the URL box right here. This, I think it's like a 9-digit number, is the ASIN. So I'm just going to copy that, and I'm going to go back to my ad here, and I'm going to say enter list, and I'm just going to add that in. And let's do the related this Christian Study Guide 1-2. It doesn't sell anywhere near as much, but it's more closely related to what we're doing. So I'll grab that as well, and then I'll just come back in here and put it in, and you can just continue to do this. And one trick that I've seen, and I will teach this in a supplementary lesson, it's what I would call a shotgun approach, where you actually use third-party program to scrape data from Amazon about related books and just post it into a spreadsheet and then just copy all the ASINs out of that spreadsheet and put them in here and just do that. It's pretty unscientific, let's put it that way. I've experimented with it and the results are meh. I recommend doing it the way I'm showing it to you, where you just go in and see what are good selling books that are related to what you're doing or speak to your audience, and then put those in. Now you can select exact or expanded here. So exact is this exact book. Expanded would be this exact book or others like it. So, let's just do the exact ones here. Let's target those. So they got added in over here. And again, I forgot to change my bid. So I should have set a default bid, and then all of these would automatically go to the default bid. If you don't set a default bid, then you can see Amazon just puts in its own suggested price. I'm going to kind of cap it at 54 here. I don't want to spend 74 cents, so I'm just going to change this. $1.25, definitely not. So of course, what happens is when I'm betting lower, I'm not going to appear on the top, be the first book listed, because these are very competitive categories here. And so a lower bid will show up lower. But since I'm testing this out right now, and I just kind of want to see what the results are, that's okay. I'll get fewer shows and fewer clicks, but for now, that's all right. I just want to kind of see how this works and then go from there. So, and this way I'm mitigating my expenses. I know I'm not going to be spending an arm and a leg on these ads. And, I'll get more bang for my $5 a day buck. So again, fixed bids. We're going to leave these for now. Just put in product here and $5. And then launch the bid. And that's it. So what did I miss? Fix issues with your product or category targeting. So what are more errors in this list? What is the error? Oh, no, I don't want to spend $54. I wanted to spend 54 cents. There we go. Okay, try it again. And boom. So that's off now to get approved. So that's how you would create a product-based ad.